Screen's acting weird. How's it going? Just getting everything, sorry about the lag. Getting everything correct on my side. See how fast this goes. Is that right? No, almost. Nearly there. I wish it would split right down the middle, but it doesn't. That's okay. Nearly there. I know this is riveting content watching me stare at the screen like I don't know I'm live. I'm pretty sure I am. Didn't mean to do that. What is this? Frank literally just tweeted, no show tonight, but here's the Wednesday night show. He did say that when he was not going to be live, he will be airing something. Uh, I'm just not sure if this is on, quite frankly, TV or if it's on YouTube, but Frank is airing content even though he is off today. Let me start by saying hi to everybody. So, what's up to Patrick and Arden and Chris and Dragon Sage? How's it going? Smash the like button if you haven't already. You know you're gonna like this show. I put some Visine in my eyes like 2 minutes before I went live. I'm still blinking through it. Um, it's just a little bit fuzzy on my side. But yeah, Frank is off today and tomorrow because he is at a retreat that Jay Gulanello has every year. And it's they fill up fast, so I'm not sure how fast he yeah, there's me. I'm not sure how soon he signed up for, maybe immediately, but Frank seems to go every year and it's I'm not sure exactly where it is. I don't want to say exactly where it is if I knew either. I don't know if it's in New York or upstate or in his area, but he goes to that. And some other Franklies might go to it. I'm not sure exactly. I've heard rumors of it. And it's a health retreat. Jay's a healthy guy, so they I'm not sure exactly what they do. And if Frank said, I've forgotten, but I do remember that Frank does say he goes up there to eat balls. um was it Patrick telling me it's called sweetbreads, the classier way to say it. I want to say it's bull testicles. I wouldn't know. I'm never gonna try them, but that's what he is up there doing, and it takes a whole weekend. um. Oh, what's up, Wally World? How's it going? Jedi Gulanello. Chris is saying, "Yep, that's his name." Jupiter Gulanello. Jedediah. Any other J names? That's him. But it's a health retreat Frank's up at. So what it is today, he didn't say he was going to be going live at all today, Thursday the 26th. Though I did put the little disclaimer in there. If he goes live, we'll stop. He probably won't, but just in case this will end, we'll go to quite frankly. Now tomorrow and Saturday are a little bit. Pardon me. Sorry. This is too much, way too much. You don't need to see that far down. That would be a wreck if I was wearing a low cut shirt. That's better for now. Anyway, now Frank was saying Friday and Saturday he could go live either one of those days up at the retreat for just an hour just to kick it. So he didn't. That's still up in the air for him. So it's up in the air for me. So as far as that's gonna go, is tomorrow I am planning on going live at 7 p.m. just like today. But if Frank goes live at any time on Friday or Saturday, we'll end it and we'll go to quite frankly. So, for example, if he goes live tomorrow, if I'm already live, this ends, we go to Quite Frankly, regular Saturday show. Now, tomorrow I could go live, do a full 2 hours. Frank doesn't go live. That's okay. So, what could happen is I go live on Saturday like usual. Frank decides to go live. We'll end the Saturday show early. We'll go to Quite Frankly. So, either way, plan to be on YouTube at 7 p.m. And if I'm not live, Frank will be. So, we'll all be entertained. Oh, Lisa, what's up? She's saying, didn't realize my internet works way out here where I'm finishing collecting kindling, rolling back home to sit back and enjoy this gathering. Hells yes, yeah, goodness, I cannot see. I know I can read. Erica, how's it going? The kind of retreat it is, it sounds like a health retreat. I think that's the one. Oh, Jenna, how's it going? Um, I think that's the one. It's totally optional, but Frank was talking about they do that plunge into the ice water. I don't know why. But it might be like a place to go, like say eat healthier type of foods they could not eat other places, or possibly get uh health education, just stuff that Jay knows that we don't know. And Jay Guglielmo does have channels. He's on, YouTube, Rumble. He's got a Twitter, so he's out there. Perpetual Health Co. That's him. He always looks different in every single picture you ever see of him. I have no idea what that's about. He could be a character actor, I swear to God, because he looks one way on the show, he looks one way in the promo 1 minute bumpers on Quite Frankly, he looks one way on his YouTube. If he looks different in every single picture, like he should be an actor with that kind of range. Every camera picks him up differently. It's crazy. Oh, Jen, I've been watching hurricane live streams. Oof. Yeah, there was somebody that said that they are in the path of that hurricane, but it's sort of like up in like the northern part, like not the penis shaped part of Florida, but like the upper type part. So it's the West Coast, so it's a more power to all those Florida people, since we got Chris Ann Hall and my dad there. So I hope they're all okay. I'm sure they will be. Oh, what's up, Ivan Chef Satan? What's up, John Rogers? Everybody's saying hi. Erica, right? Just like Daniel Day Lewis, always different. Like Jay could come on in like a fat suit one time and just act totally normal, and then just show up like normal the next time. Like I don't know what you're talking about. Like he could do that, and he's got the sense of humor for it too. I need to put some more Visine in my eyes. I cannot see. Glaucoma's getting to me early. No. uh, I think I should have put Visine in before. Oh, and what's up, Kara? How's it going? Everybody, smash the like if you haven't already. You know you're gonna enjoy yourselves. It's just like, quite frankly, with less music and less lava lamps. So, and I think Frank does drive to it. I don't believe it's so far away that they have to take a plane, and because they're all roughly in that part of the world, it's not terribly far. And then I don't know if his family goes with them or if it's just him, but it's he gets away for a few days, so that's good. It might be a full weekend, I'm not sure, but just an extra time off to just chill, and it's a great time of year for it. If you get some vacation time, I would recommend the fall before it gets cold. You still get the pretty leaves changing, but you still get heat, ideally. So that's one of the reasons I like the fall. And then I was starting to get nervous, and I was going to ask during the show, but I hate to bother Frank during the show unless it's something specifically show related, like, hey, there's an alien outside of the window, or did you notice your wall's on fire? You know, something like that. So I waited till like as soon as he was done, and then I asked when he is going to be off in October because I had a feeling I was wrong. And whenever he says that it's only one time, I don't go back and watch the episodes. And I don't remember when he said those things. So it wouldn't help if I went back to watch anyway. So I don't know. So I just, waited till the show was over and I sent him a DM. I'm like asking when he was going to be off in October since I do have to kind of plan my life around it with like doctor appointments and just BS going on with the home situation. Dragon Sage, he looks like Eddie Munster. He does. Like, I wonder if they're the same sign. Kara's asking, are any other Franklies going this year? Like, I know some Franklies do go. I couldn't say which ones. I just, like, after the fact, I will hear that, like, Frank will be like, oh, so and so was there, or other Franklies were there. Or then, like, if he says the names, I don't remember them. But, like, I'm pretty sure Frank's not the only one. And what's up, Dusty Blue? How's it going? Chris, yeah, no lie. 2 trains, 4 planes, 3 buses, and an Uber, and you've made it a block in New York. Driving in New York City is fun if you like to stop at every single intersection. And while you're sitting waiting for the light, you look over and you see the fattest pigeon you've ever seen in your life just walking down the street with everybody else. Walking down the street, he even crosses in front of you and uses the crosswalk like you smart ass MFer. And then he keeps going, and then you drive up the next block, and then you still see this pigeon walking. So yeah, that's what driving in New York is like. You're best off doing what I did the last time, which is you take the you park in Jersey and you take the train and just get a at the time they had it was like a 7 day pass. So if you get lost, which you will, it's okay. You're not paying extra money for it. But then again, that was over 10 years ago, so take that advice for what it's worth. Don't drive in. Like the only time then the last time I was driving into New York City, it was a rental car and I was dropping it off at the airport because I was leaving the country. That's the only reason to physically drive in New York is to go to JFK. It's not a joyride type of place. And what's up, Pete? How is your, I was going to say Saturday, but I'm pretty sure it's not Saturday. I thought it was Wednesday until 4 p.m. and then I remembered it was Thursday. Not show wise, just uploading for Gray wise. Thursday. Did you do any fun Thursday stuff? Does something happen on Thursday that doesn't happen any other day of the week? I don't know. But anyway, I did ask Frank when he was going to be off, and long story short, he's going to be off a week sooner than what I thought. But only for 4 days. It's going to turn out to be rather than the middle of October. It's going to be beginning October 8th through the rest of that week. That's when Frank is away upstate looking for Bigfoot with his family. So I don't know if I misunderstood him or if I jinxed myself into it, but I will be working on New Year's Day. So we'll be here October 11th for year 25. Okay. And that's tomorrow that will be 2 weeks away. So we're 2 weeks and a day away from New Year's. It's closing in. For me anyway, I'm sure it's just regular time for you. It felt like August lasted, well, it felt like September was a week long, and it's basically October now, and it was just all August. I wish it was, but it wasn't. But that's cool. It's one day less, and it'll be fun. It'll be interesting to be in front of everybody for New Year's Day instead of at the show. That's going to be a trip. And I can't remember last year. So last year it must have been a Wednesday, maybe leap year, Thursday. I don't know. I don't remember. I can't remember back that far. I was listening to songs that I found back in March and February, March, and it felt like 5 years ago. So that's my concept of time. Yeah, Dusty. Yeah, Frank's Adirondack trip. I do like when he goes live up there because he'll be sitting. He's like they have a cabin, and it's kind of like it goes. It goes down steps or it just slopes down enough that like there's elevation. You can see this beautiful lake, and then it's got like like these red and orange trees in the background, and then like it's going back up in the background. Trees and all that stuff. Um, and then like Anthony went down there to the water and he's like singing and his voice is so loud it's just like echoing off of the trees and all that. It's such a big sound. It's great. October 11th, why, Wally? Honestly, it just happened to be that day. It could have been October 10th. At the time I was off on Sunday and Monday, and it could have been Sunday, October 10th, but it I just did not have everything together that I needed that day, so I started it the next day. So it was Monday, October 11, 1999. And it ages like a person. Like the first year was year zero, not year one. So that's why it will be year 25. And that's only 82 days before your New Year's Day. And then my New Year's Day happens to be 100 days before my birthday. Not planned, not planned at all. Oh no, Erica saying got lost in New Jersey last year, went through Midtown Tunnel and Holland Tunnel. Mr. Romer wouldn't look at directions prior. Ugh, that sucks. And then New Jersey's fun to drive in. You never see a left turn ever. All you see are those damn U-turns. See, that's the one thing. That's two things I'm gonna change about Jersey. Is gonna be no more of that U-turn bullshit and pump your own damn gas. It is not hard. Oh, Kara, cool. I'm eating chili mac with leftover chili. Nice. And then with New Year's Day being in October, that's fine because my birthday in the middle of January, there's usually a blizzard on my birthday, or it's the coldest weather of the week that day. So I if I do want to do anything, I'll go out in October because that's the weather is usually still nice the first 2 weeks of October. Pardon me. I'm sure it's fine. Um, one year it was like nice, very nice out, nice warm fall, and then it was a nice New Year's Day, and then right on the 12th it got started to get cold. And it stayed cold the rest of the year. I was like, okay, damn. Ugh. To ask for directions is to admit defeat, Wally World. Right. See, when I used to travel, I would be like, I had all my maps, paper maps out, could never use MapQuest because it was wrong. And I would like, I'm like plotting out the whole way so I knew exactly where to go. I've got a great sense of direction, a compass. You can use a watch like a compass, point the hour hand at the sun, and halfway between the hour hand and 12 is south. If you didn't catch that, watch the edge. That's where I learned that. And it's true. Get you a regular, don't ever use a digital watch. Don't buy those. You only need a digital watch in the car and your alarm clock, but I digress. Just get you a regular ass watch and try that trick out when you do know north and south and figure it out. It does work. Just in case. Erica ain't never going to Jersey again. Refused to go this year. And that was enough just going up there back in 2016 because every time I left my hotel, I never knew if and when I was going to be back. It might be 3 hours if I got lost. So I'm like, do I have everything with me? Do I have water? Is my phone charged? Am I going to get food? And Jersey. I would travel again. I would want to travel with somebody just because if I was that exhausted in 2016, I could not get that far now, especially not being able to see. There's nice parts of Jersey too. I don't know where they are. I've heard of them. Pete, yep, same. I got real good at folding maps right when they were phased out. Did you get good at like when you bought it like a tape, like a music audio tape, like the thing unfolded that you had to figure out how to fold it all back together to get it inside and get the tape in there and get it to close back up? I got good. I got good at that too. Ugh. Oh, Dusty's saying a 3 month road trip across country years ago. Some of the best encounters slash places getting lost. Friends and I sold our arts and crafts, making money as we traveled. Wow, that is so cool. Oh, Jesus. Jenna, I recently updated my Garmin and now it has me driving off overpasses. Oh no. The car I had in the Netherlands had the talking GPS thing, and the girl had a British accent, and that's where I started to pick it up from. That has to be it. Because the only time you hear English is with the British accent. And then this lady's like giving me directions in the car. So I'm like, thank you, British lady. I should have given her a name. I wasn't in a mind to. I was too tired. But yeah, so Frank is just away, just making sure. I'm gonna turn my notifications up just a bit, just in case. So yeah, so if you do want, or even after this, you can go over to, quite frankly, uh, actually, let me see where that's at. It might be on his channel. Uh, yeah, it looks like he's just running a retro episode of, quite frankly, yesterday's episode, 9/25/24. So that'll be up. And then he has mentioned he does want to start getting more after hours content going on, and quite frankly, TV. So if you do watch that, keep your eyes open in October. He's planning on doing a little bit more with that. Let me double check where I read that. It sounds like I'm making it up if I don't have a reference, but where did I find this? I know I read this, I'm not making it up. Yeah, starting in October, we should have after hours back after the show on weeknights. Also, on nights off, there will always be something live at 7, whether it's a classic rerun or a pre recorded show. That's what Frank said today in. Oh, cute. In Discord. And I guess that re-airing is at, quite frankly, .tv. That's what it says in Discord. Let me tap that. I've never seen this before. Yeah, quite frankly, .tv. Okay. And then there's like a little schedule of events. I've never seen that before. Not the time to play with it. Okay. Jenny, yeah, Frank hardly ever took time off the air years ago. That's true. That's why his channel's so successful, because it was always there at the exact same time all through the week. Oh, Dragon Sage is saying, sounds like summer of '93 for me. Hitched to northern Quebec for a gathering where I met a girlfriend from BC who I drove across Canada with slowly. Who I drove across Canada with slowly. Stopped in Manitoba for a month. Oh, sweet, Dragon Sage. Yeah, we took our time. I had a backpack and a mandolin. That is so cool. Wally, yeah, they do a cold plunge at the retreat, and Frank gets freaked out about it. He even got a plunge tub this year to practice. Yeah, he mentioned he was not going to do it this year, and not going to be peer pressured into it. His peer pressure is not cool. He just maybe does not feel like sticking his balls in, I don't know, minus 40-degree water. I don't know. I don't understand the point of it. I don't understand the point of being extremely hot or extremely cold anywhere ever. It's the only time to be very hot is if you just got it on, or if you're visiting the pyramids in Egypt. And the only reason to be cold is if you are, I don't know, in the morgue, uh, or if you're like climbing Mount Everest because you think that's a cool mountain to die on. Even that doesn't make sense. But that's a thing they do. Like they don't have cold water at their house. So, maybe Frank will come back on Monday, full of balls and having dunked himself into cold water. We'll see. We can be surprised together. Oh, wow, Chris, been at Frankly for a month now. Wow, a whole month? Whoa. That's like years for me. That is so cool. What was my first month like? I guess I'll get to talk about that with you guys. Oh my God, that's so long ago. That is awesome. Jenna, I'm a big toe tester with water, LOL. Yeah. Like, let me just dip the tip of my finger, and if it's cold, nope, not doing it. Oh, Jesus. Dragon Sage, I jumped in the Pacific Ocean in January one year. It was cold. Luckily, there was a blazing fire and vodka upon getting out. Yeah, yeah. It's like, dude, I'm gonna need a bottle and something to pass out on. Oh, B chap, how's it going? Say he's all right though, seriously considering of not watching anymore, mainly because he's been placing advertising. Who has? Frank has? Oh, Lisa, awesome. Yeah, I lost connection on the way home. Finally sitting on my couch, making sure it doesn't fly up. Absolutely. Arden, yeah, Mount Everest is covered with poop and garbage and even dead bodies. Yeah, yeah, they can't take them down, so they just leave them there. And I don't know why YouTube had a problem with that comment, but there it went. Oh, what's up, Scott? Aaron? Oh, A-N? A-Y-A-N. Pardon me, I cannot see tonight. I don't know why my eyes are suddenly so blurry. Okay. Like it was not, I don't even think the sun was out today. It was overcast, so that helps out a lot. Maybe I was expecting the sun today, so my eyes aren't ready for that. Jenna Frank should pull some old chats and do a show on us old timers. I wish to God, like back when, because when I found the show, it was on Ustream. It went to YouTube, and I remember Frank talking about Ustream, telling him like, "Hey, we're getting rid of the whole site. Delete, download what you can, or it's going to be gone forever." And Frank and whoever his crew was at the time just downloaded as many episodes as they could, but he could only get so much. He had been there, I don't know, since 2006. I don't know. Um, but that's the thing. Yeah, maybe the episodes are saved, but I don't think it saves chat rooms. So like that actual physical place I've been at just no longer exists. There's no record of it. So it's just up to me to remember a decade ago, which I will be doing. 22 people here. Hell's yeah. Puff, puff, pass. Yeah, smoke out on the balcony for me. I'll have to join you after the show since I have to remember stuff. Might have to do that one time. I'll have to get enough material together that I won't have to really remember anything. That way I can smoke out on the balcony and do the show, and I won't be as forgetful as I was the last time. Oh, beet chip, yes, coffee brand, something like that. Yeah, to be fair, Frank doesn't advertise his coffee like every show. Is it like to me it feels like once every 2 weeks, but then one week feels like it's 2 weeks long for me, so that might not be correct. Oh, Michael, what's up? Oh, the Discord too. Yeah, see, I don't mind it being overcast. It's like it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so like the temperature wise, it's like 22 or 23, and it's not supposed to get any warmer than that, but we are supposed to get rain, so it might be like the same tomorrow, just more humidity. Um, and is Wim Hof, is that a YouTuber? Yeah, how's it going, Michael? Everybody smash the like if you haven't already. It's already been a half an hour. It feels longer. In a good way, not in a oh god, there's more way. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't, my circle's pretty small. If the guy's not talking about that, I'm not even gonna watch too much other Dark Shadows content other aside from my own. There is one podcast I'm interested in, just one episode, and it's more than an hour, and I don't know those people, so I don't know how hard it's gonna be to choke down, but just to see what their opinion is. They could be wrong. Yeah, that's a terrible feeling to think. Like, yeah, like Frank could have, let's say, every single show that he's done in the last 10 years, but none of the chat rooms are saved. So it would be, if I were to go back and watch old shows, I think my mind would just be trying to scramble and think of like, who was there then? What were we talking about? What would we have said when this came up? Oh, Jenna, I hear Citizens Insurance might become insolvent in Florida after the storm. Possibly. They do seem to be like most other companies and do not want to do their jobs anymore. Or if they were good 20 years, they're terrible now. Like the place I got my glasses from. Other than getting my sunglasses tweaked, I shouldn't have to get glasses ever again for as long as I live. Thank the gods for that. So yeah, smoke them if you got them. Oh, hell's yeah, Arden. George Washington's eggnog. That's right. I forgot Frank makes that. Yeah. It's got, I mean, you can look it up right now. You can, Google the verb. Don't, Google the search engine it. But it's like rum and cherry and well, like three, four, five different kinds of liquor, and then you put the eggnog in. And then you have to like let it sit. Like, doesn't it have to like sit for a week or something? That's way too much like cooking for me. So like, what is the proof on that as you're mixing it up? Like you're already like blow a breathalyzer. You'd already not be able to drive. I just can't drink that much. Like I would try it at a party or something, but there's no way I'm gonna buy all that liquor for myself. I cannot drink that much again in like 50 years. What we were chatting about. Oh no, I can't remember what we were chatting about. I've been talking this whole time. Oh, Wim Hof is known for cold plunges and breath holding. Okay, he's crazy. Good for him. Is he American with that name? He doesn't have to be. Oh, cool. Dusty Blue going to the Hudson Valley Garlic Fest this weekend. Glad it's not going to rain. Yeah, and you're guaranteed to not run into any vampires. That is cool. Wim Hof is Iceman. He climbed Mount Everest in shorts. You know what? He sounds familiar now. He sounds familiar now. Because I have watched some videos about people climbing mountains with varying degrees of success. There was one channel that I was kind of watching for a while. I can't recall it right now, unfortunately, but there, how is this going to turn out? Basically, it's timing when everybody freezes to death or falls out. But now that you're saying that, yeah, I'm sure if I saw the guy, I would recognize him. Okay. Oh, Chris is saying if there was a way to consolidate his multi chats into one that scrolls the stream in a small box, that would be nice for chat preservation. Yeah, like if that, like whatever the restream or the thing that he uses to consolidate all the chats. I don't know if he still uses it, but something like that would have everybody some way to preserve what happened. Otherwise, we're just screaming into the wind. Oh, that sucks. Jenna's saying that William changed his life after his wife passed. Yeah, you kind of have to. That sucks. Oh yeah, Arden. Yeah, we were chatting about George Washington's eggnog. How's yes? You know George Washington loved to party, and he's a Frankly. He does show up in the chat room often. I mean, like not just once a month. Sometimes he's there a few days, or Frank will do one of his coffee chats, and George Washington will be there. Nice guy. Dusty Blue. I saw a documentary on Wim Hof. Yeah, I'm sure I do. Again, it's if I would I'm sure it came up enough that Hoff sounds familiar. Then he mentioned Everest, and if something jogs my memory, yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, Lisa, I think he's German. I follow some of his ways. No shorts on giant mountains, though. Yeah, I got bad knees. I gotta cover them up. I'm wearing shorts right now. Oh, Patrick, when do your clocks go back? Ours go back on the 27th of October. Now, last I knew, they all go back on the same day, but they go forward at a different time. So in March, like ours go forward, and then 2 weeks later, it's the UK. And this is last I knew, they all return on the same day. Let me. Now, this is a next year thing, but, daylight savings time ends. I guess it'll still be 2024. Uh, well, that's the AI answer. I want the real answer. Just give me the damn date. You don't gotta tell me about the goddamn history of daylight savings, motherfucker. Daylight savings time ends on Sunday, November 3rd, 2024 at 2 a.m. I assume this is in the US. Uh, I don't see any U's, extra U's, so this must be what day? November 3rd. I know when that is. That's a Sunday, because I'm live on the 2nd. Okay, so yeah, so that's so fucking stupid. Okay, so Patrick, you guys' go back, and then a week later, ours does. That's bullshit. Okay, well, now we know. Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you. Oh man. Yeah, just yeah, go ahead and look up that George Washington's eggnog sometime and just look at the like you don't even have to look at the amount. Just looking at all the different kinds of things and then you get to the eggnog like it's a lot. And I don't know like how big of a punch bowl like like serving size that would serve like for one alcoholic or for 30 people. Yeah, Lisa, yeah, does anybody know what time it is? Does anyone really care? I always know what time it is, but I don't know the month, day, or the year. Just figured that out this week. Arden, yeah. Well, the George Washington eggnog recipe is the most complicated ever. Takes days to make. Has much booze. Yeah. I'm sure by the time you mix it all up, put it in the fridge, and take it out, your refrigerator will have become an alcoholic just from the fumes. But you know what? Again, it would be good if you're like having a house party or I just can't think of like how big physically how much that would be for it to be like practical to make for a party. It's not like just so you'd have to be. It seems like alcoholics don't get too fancy, so I don't see why you would sit there and make it for like you and your alcoholic spouse or buddy or friend, something like that. and just you guys both sip on it. But I don't know if you want to do it special, you can. Maybe it's your birthday and you want to have eggnog for your birthday. It's got egg in it. It's got to have some protein. I don't know. Lisa, right? Yeah, when that nog is ready, we'll be sip sip pass. Like you get like like a that much in a cup, and they're like sip it. Like no, seriously, sip it. That's why your keys are in a bowl. You're not driving home. Pass out on the pants. You're gonna hurt yourself. But I don't know how this came up on Monday, but somebody mentioned, I forget if it was the chat room or the show itself, but something about $150,000. And then people are kind of low key talking about what they would do with that, or like, well, it doesn't really go that far, and other folks have plans for it. And I would turn this into a road show. I would just, if I had that kind of money, and just considering the fact, like just thinking ahead, let's say I would have to move out in the spring, I would just start April or May, just take this on the road. I might be going live from hotel rooms, don't get me wrong, but that's what I would do since I don't think I could stay in one place. But yeah, it would keep the show going. Content would still come out. We'd still have fun. And I do like to travel, and there are Franklies to go see, so that would be perfect. And I don't need a lot. So that's what I would do with, let's say $150,000 a year. I don't know where it comes from. You just have it after taxes, let's say. Chris, if I was an alcoholic, I would just drink straight from the bottle. Yeah, I just the only reason I poured it in a cup because the jug is too heavy to lift. What galaxy are we in? The Milky Gay galaxy. I bet you upstate and I enjoy eggnog. A couple X's a year. Yum. Hell yeah. Yeah, drinking's fine. It's just the hangover for an entire day is what I do not have time for. Right, Chris. Yeah, just get me a fancy bendy straw and I'll be fine. Just like one of those swirly, swoopy bendy straws that, come in the pack for the kitties. Stick it in your wine cooler. Do they still make wine coolers? I don't even think I ever drank a wine cooler. I might have had one once as a joke. Like this is not right. But then also Monday, Jenna mentioned something about she just came out and said a prediction Kamala Harris was going to win. And the only reason I like that, I mean, I don't care, but it coincides with my election 2024 video. So that's the only reason I would be in favor for that, just because it looks like I would have been calling the election results from back in March or April of this year. That's really the only reason why. And why is my hair doing that? Pardon me. Hang out on Friday, hangover Saturday, Chris. Yeah, I kind of have a story about the last time I drank, but it doesn't have anything. It starts out happy, then just ends up sad. So I don't really want to bum people out with that just yet. And I always have to throw my pen on the floor, apparently. Well, yeah, bendy straws are banned in California, I bet. Yeah, they probably consider it a knife or something. Oh, Patrick's saying recipes on YouTube. The Dutch call it Advocast. Party Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sleep Sunday. Yeah, Milky Gay, Ghey. Yep, that's it. Yeah, I can't. I'm not young enough for that. I can't be like partying every day of the week. Got to do the old person recuperating thing the next day, and just I guess you lose your taste for alcohol if you don't drink a lot. And I was not drinking like not even once a year, and like I had a little bit, like I had a couple sips of red wine on Thanksgiving, but I couldn't even finish it. I just don't have a taste for it. I was not a red wine drinker. I like white wine. But hey, it's just not fun. It's different drinking by yourself. I'm not an alcoholic. I can't drink by myself, but I can drink around other people. I'm a more social drinker. If there's music, if there's partying going on, sure, but by myself, it's just boring. Jenna, I'm not voting this year, but threw that out. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, but neither am I. I did my voting back in March. That's what those videos were about. Dragon Sage, I take great pride in the spoiling of ballots. Yeah, do you draw dicks on them? I heard in the is it the UK or England where like you have to vote, but then people like do like silly stuff with the actual voting paper and like draw stuff on it or put words or spoil it somehow in a fun way. Oh, Jenna, yeah, I used to, but after the last election, I have no faith in our election system. Yeah, that was me a few years ago. I forget when I figured that out, but it's just free sticker day, and I can go to Michael's. We have a store called Michael's. It's an arts and crafts store. Um, and they sell stickers. Last I know, I guess I haven't been in that. We have one. I have not been in that store. Dusty Blue saying when I was visiting my friend in south of France, a small town called it's French, so I'm gonna butcher this. I apologize. Plaisance. There was a rock cafe called La Zeppelin. Took a pic in front with Soso's Mystery Ship T-shirt. That is so cool. Carrot, yeah, it takes too long to get out of your system. The older one gets. Yeah, that's what it is. And like I'll get a headache. That's one thing I can't deal with is headaches. So I was hung over the whole day watching. There's a new word. Watching, listening to more correctly the Zells when did the True Crime Garage podcast. So that was 6 hours of a hangover. I just needed something to listen to. Then I realized what I was listening to. I'm like, this is horrible subject matter, but oh well, it takes my mind off this damn hangover. Dark beer, whiskey, scotch for me, Chris says. Hell yes. And this always threw me off. Like to my mind, okay, you're drinking like whiskey, you're gonna chase it with something, chase it with dark pop. If you're drinking a vodka and you chase it with something, chase it with clear pop. You don't chase your whiskey with your Sprite. You don't chase your vodka with Coca-Cola. I mean, if that's all you got, that's all you got. I've drunk it before. I'm not that much of a snob about it, but it just, no. Why could they didn't have the same color as that? And then you get past the whole chasing it thing and you learn how to just take shots like a man. And then that's not an issue. But before that, it's like, why do you have this? Oh, Dusty Blue saying, yeah, and the synchronicity was at one corner of the Led Zeppelin sign. It said Zoso with the same font as Zoso's t-shirt. That is cool. That is really interesting. I like that. Elisa saying, oh, when I first worked at hometown police department, some Sunday mornings were a hangover nightmare, boring day. For that type of work, I would fall face down asleep on the typewriter. Ugh. Just suddenly hear like the keys smash, and then you look up and you got like all the keys are stuck together, and you got to pull them out. Then you get ink on your fingers. Just Patrick, yeah, spoil it, but it's not compulsory to vote here. Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. Michael, I haven't drank in 12 seconds. Oh my God, you must be getting the DTs. Ah! Dragon Sage, 0 days sober. Damn straight. Same. Oh, Jenna's saying my dad's mad at me for not wanting to vote. Yeah, saying to Michael, Jenna's saying, I bet you drink on the days that end in Y. Yep, each of them, he says. Hell yeah. You gotta keep your tolerance up. You want to stay practiced up. You don't want to lose your knack. Yep, hair of the dog. Now, I was more of a drinker, like when we used to go out every single weekend and, party, drink, and do other stuff. So I got my practice in. I know how to drink. At least the keys ain't stuck together from Pornhub. Chris is saying, yeah, ugh. That's terrible because, how do you get your keys to stick together on a phone? That's even more disgusting. My keys are stuck together, but it's a smartphone. Oh my God. Whiskey with beer chaser. Is that do you have to like drop the shot glass in it to call it a Boilermaker? It doesn't count if you do them one after the other. Oh, cool. Dusty Blue's going on to say, she shared a pic with Zoso Dude and met one of the co-owners of La Zeppelin Cafe to share with Zoso Dude too. What's the only day without a Y? I don't know, Patrick. Chris, yeah, American Pie movie. I glued myself to myself. I don't remember if I saw that in the theater or just soon after it came. Probably soon after it came out. Ah, good one. Yeah. What's the only day without a Y? Tomorrow. Nice. I like that one, Patrick. Oh yeah, whiskey with beer chaser, and a nice serving of the hashish cake. Right. Oh, Lisa's saying that her dog, half husky, half German Shepherd, was called Zeppelin, Zepp for short. That's cute. Aw. I hear Zepp. I think Zeppo, the Marx brother. Oh, and then Monday, random Zell sighting. Jim Zell called in 8:17 p.m. and had stuff to say. That was so cool. And then anytime one Zell calls in, I'm expecting another Zell to call in. Get this on the charger. He didn't though, so we just heard from Jim Zell. He called in for a minute and spoke, and everybody kind of freaked out for a little bit, so that was fun. Oh, awesome! Thank you, Michael's saying this is fun. My first time on your live. Mine. Solid characters in the chat. Yeah, yeah, they're all everybody here so far has been Franklies. Yourself included. There were one or two people one time. I didn't recognize the screen names. I don't know if they were just random folks, but yeah, it's mostly Franklies. It's cool. Jim had words and not Twizzles. Yeah, he wasn't munching on Twizzlers when he called in. I don't know if he had any candy with him or nothing. We should have offered him snacks. If I knew his address, I'd send him some Twizzlers for his birthday. These say, yeah, same. I admire the Zell brothers' tenacity. Bless them. Yeah, they're getting in there and doing the dirty work. Well, not the, finding out the dirty facts. They're not doing bad things. They're just uncovering it all. More power to them. I really wish they would put out content, just period, just something. I know I brought this up before, but they need to be on social media so we can like share, like, hey, you want to know who the Zells are real quick? Here's a 3-minute video that they posted. And now my laptop's so bright. Okay, some of these things got me messed up. It was only 3 days, but Tuesday somebody reminded me of this. It was Monday night. I mentioned I'll have dreams where I have to fight demons. That was one of them. And because like everything was going normal, I was at the house I was living in when my religion started. And I do have, whenever I have dreams about going home, it is always that house. So I'm there, I'm in my bedroom at the time, and somebody was in the room with me. And for whatever reason, they would not look like it was my right. So here, they would not turn and look. And so when I turned to look, there was nothing really there. It was honestly like this. It was almost like somebody was just hanging a bandana, like just just like that. Like if you would turn to look, like it wasn't a form, it was just black. But I knew what it was. If you're upsetting the other characters in my dream, I knew what it was. So then I had to, get big with them and put my foot down. And then I must have blocked it out and I forgot all about it. But it's okay. I've had worse demon dreams. It was fine. Dragon Sage. LSD is like that too. Practice makes perfect. It does. It does. Like people can't hold their liquor. Like you either just cannot hold your liquor or maybe you're just not good at it yet. You have to learn. Know what your tolerance is. Dusty Blue saying the cathedral in Bayonne, France was so beautiful. I did also print out a pic to send to Zoso. Knew he would appreciate it too. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Chris saying, some people use booger sugar to keep going. Jim is just powered by plain sugar. Just Twizzlers and Jesus. That's all you need. Just some candy and some prayer, and that will get you through. It really is that simple sometimes. Like how you can't be mad when you're eating ice cream. Dragon Sage is saying to Dusty Blue, you're so fortunate. Good for you. I'm burning to go traveling. I miss traveling. I love to travel. I don't need to be in one place. And then this must have been Tuesday. Tuesday was interesting because it was because what I do is, I pass out and then with everything on, and then I wake up at like 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Everything's still on. I shut it off. I go back to bed until I really don't have to really be up until 9 a.m. when my phone wakes up. So sometimes I do get up that late or 8:45. But what happened was I had woken up at, like 4:30 in the morning, something like that. So I was trying to fall back asleep. It was almost 6, so was not asleep. It's like 5:56 in the morning and I hear a boom outside. And I've heard that before. I've heard that before the power goes out. So I look over at my clock and it was still on. Again, it was 5:56. I was like, well, I guess the power is still on, but I don't know. I need to go back to sleep. It's not even tomorrow yet. go to sleep, wake back up, let's say 8:30, whatever it was. My phone going off because what? I don't set my alarm clock. I just set my alarm on my phone for kind of for this reason. The power was not on. So my phone chimes off. It was 8:45, I remember now. Look over at my clock, it's just completely off. It's like, fuck, I know what that sound was. Well, there's a show tonight at 7, so it better get its shit together. It was not even 9 a.m. I was already thinking about the show. It rained just a tiny little bit, just a little bit of rain, but the power was out until like just before 1 p.m. And I'm usually used to, like, I will keep the TV off for the first few hours just because the light hurts my eyes. And I want my ears to wake up a bit. But usually around 11, that's when I know, like, Frank is not going to go live anywhere. So I usually have the TV on. I'm watching Gray Still Plays. Could not do that. Uh, so I'm like, well, let me just hold out because they're not going to take all day. And I don't live in the best part of town, so if they cut the power back on, we're going to be last. But I finally did call them at noon. They said it would be back on at 1. Came back on at 12:50. I'm like, cool. I can like get in the shower now since it's the shower does not have there's not a window into that room, so we would have to like light candles or like turn on like flashlights and leave the door open to have light in there to shower. So rather than go through that, let me just wait for the electricity. There it was back on. I'm like, cool, let me use the bathroom real quick. Then I'm gonna, hop in the shower. And in between that, I go into the restroom, come back out, I hear water trickling. It's like, well, it's not the toilet, that's not running. I look into the kitchen and the sink had backed up and was spilling onto the floor. And I'm like, son of a goddamn bitch. Now I gotta babysit this. So it got taken care of, long story short. But in the meantime, every time I went to go check on this thing and try to clean up, do something to, make the kitchen not be a disaster, waiting for the plumber to show up. Um, I was, wearing my house clothes and my around the house shirts kept getting wet, and I'm not going to just wear it and let it dry. I'm not going to like dry it out and put it back on. It's dirty now. So I'm going every time I go in there, my shirt gets wet. Take it off, put another one on. Go, there's nothing I can do. Like, I don't really have a proper apron. I shouldn't have to do this. Anyway, it got to the point where, am I going to run out of shirts to wear around the house? Am I going to have to start wearing outside shirts around the house? Am I going to have anything left to wear today? Was I going to have to go live just sitting here in a bra and shorts is what I'm getting at. Not quite that bad, but I did have that thought like, I can't just not do a show, so that would have been interesting to try to get through. But again, long story short, it got taken care of later that day. But like, the sink's fine, the power has stayed on. But I have noticed that the power does go off once a month, so it's almost so bad that I'm thinking about getting a CD player to listen to my content to while I'm waiting, because I don't do the radio. And I mentioned that in the chat room, and some people are like, I still listen to radio. I listen to Spotify. I listen to the radio in the car. I can't do that. I cannot let other people decide what I'm listening to. We have the freedom that we don't have to let that be, and nobody decides what I listen to. I decide what I listen to. I'm not going to listen to the damn radio and listen to commercials and listen to songs I don't like. I would rather hear nothing than hear something I don't want to hear. So yeah, and then I wonder how much like a CD player goes for these days. Dragon Sage, but if you buy a house, you're not a nomad. Yeah, true. Oh, Dragon's Age, hell yeah, I really need to go to Wick, Scotland, and then Tibet, lol. I know, right, Chris? Yeah, broad short stream, 27K views, LMAO. Wait, that's Twitch material. Yeah, yeah. See that would be my mistake to not be on Twitch while I'm doing like the thought look, THOT, the acronym. Yeah, I would have been doing my 100K subs monetization stream then. Did I keep my radio off in the car? And when I got my car, I brought my aux cable, the AUX cable, because the car won't go without music. So I had that so I could get the car home. And then a couple weeks later, I realized that the car had Bluetooth. And that's one of the best things you can ever. I mean, like, yeah, modern cars are bad and all that stuff, but the fact that I can get in the car and not have to plug anything in and just connect the Wi Fi blows my mind. Like, we agreed, Nikki. And Sorts acquired a few hundred more stations. Yeah. Oh, can buy a generator if you like. Beach App is saying there's petrol powered and rechargeable battery generators that can make electricity just in case. And then Lisa's saying generators have been a staple in my life. Lots of lengthy power outages around the state. I have noticed that people who are like big YouTubers, they do have let me just back up and just say it like this. I noticed that since Gray still plays as a big YouTuber, and he lives in Florida, and he has had to deal with hurricanes where his power has been out for days on end. You know, he does have generators, so a lot of people do this. They have generators so that their power supply is not interrupted for YouTubing purposes, but then people need them for, for I don't know about more serious, but for medical reasons, let's say you're on life support or something, which can be just as serious as YouTube. Let's be real. Damn straight, Chris. Yeah, make Twitch affiliate in just one stream. LOL. Oh, I would just need like if I had a cat on top of that, I'd be made. This channel is not doing too bad. I was a little bit worried at first, but the way things are going, I really do think I can hit the uh it's like 3,000 hours worth of public streams in a year and 500 subs, and then that would get um super chats and memberships and selling merch. That's right, that's right. But that could happen in a year, who knows. And then that's when Frank Tuesday was when Frank was wearing his no shirt. It's just NO period. Big N, big O, dot. I love that shirt. Because I don't know about you. I often don't ask a question when I know what the answer is going to be. I won't ask a question when I know the answer is going to be no. But sometimes I like to be told no because I know that's what I'm going to hear. I just like to be right. And when I know the answer is going to be no, that's okay. So I I have done this before. Well, I will ask Frank a question in a live stream just because I know he's going to tell me no. It's like, yes, say it again. Say it slow. Chris, yeah, I had an indoor hot tub with a leaky sink. That's what it was. Too much partying in the hot tub and just not enough maintenance. And next thing you know, there's that's why the parking garage got flooded because the pool was above it and then the whole thing just caved. It's gravity. Can't control gravity. That's not my fault. Okay, yeah, so yeah, Frank was He was a little bit wishy-washy about this on Tuesday. He finalized it on Wednesday, but I'll say this now. October 14, this is what screwed me up about the days off. Oh, Dragon, say, do you have a CD player? I mean, I've got a CD player in the car, but I mean, just like a, portable one, a Discman. There we go. Oh, Lisa, yeah, I finally found using no is getting very easy to say. Yeah, no is a complete sentence and requires no additional information. You say no, they say why. No, you didn't hear me the first time. No, and furthermore, go fuck yourself. You make me say it again, I'm gonna say it with my fist. Usually don't have to get that violent. But October 14, that's when Frank is doing Mask of the Red Death. That is the book club that's going to be public for everybody. So look for that. I'm gonna be listening to the audiobook. I'll tell you right now. I don't have 2 hours to read a book. I don't know where to find it. I'm not gonna buy it. I got it free on YouTube. Why should I pay a penny for it? So I'll be listening to that because I'm gonna go to that because I've never been to a book club. I want to see what it's like. I've been to a book reading thing, but never with Franklies. So this is kind of like low key going to be a brand new experience for me in the Frankly verse. I like that. And then it's not for myself, but if you do like the book club and that is something that you do want to do more than once, that's why it's public. Frank's trying to get some folks interested in supporting his channel, and that's one of the perks is getting to go to the book club on top of like he was talking about all the mail he's got to send out for like the postcards and the letter writing and thank you notes, things like that. He does a lot of other stuff. You can check out quitefrankly.tv and he has his affiliates there and the ways to support his channel. I think he said there's four main ways, but Subscribestar and Patreon, they list all of the perks that he has there as well. I think one of them is like he'll like follow your Twitter account as well. Like it's a bunch of cute little things like that. And then as the tiers go up, there's more stuff. For example, the $20 tier, that's the one where you can record a bumper that Frank could potentially use in the intermission. Just for example, that's something I like low key, like maybe 1 month I may do. Yeah, it's only $20. John Rogers, I'm gonna try and read it. That's good. Like it might be better to read, but I'm just gonna audiobook it with Vincent Price. He's got my back. Yeah, how's it going, Dandy? Yeah, yeah, smoke them if you got them. I'll be smoking after the show, and again, I really don't think Frank's gonna be like I don't know if he like today was his driving day over there, so he might just want to just relax and get in there and pick out his chair, so when he eats balls, he'll be ready to go. Oh, Dusty Blue said, I used to love going into Barnes and Noble years ago and go to the music section, and you could put on headphones to sample music before buying. Now, I have not been to the Barnes and Noble up in Crocker Park. Last I knew, they did have the headsets in there. How long ago was that? That was over 10 years ago, I'll be honest. I don't know if they're still up there. And I went to the movie because, like, from the theater, if you look down the street, like Barnes and Noble is on the corner, and it kind of looks like there's a helicopter landing pad up at the top, but I don't believe I looked down that way. When did they re-release Avatar? That was before GamerCat died. 2021, 2022, whenever that was. Oh, Lisa, that's cool. Don't mind me rummaging through your fridge, Nikki. Munchies hitting LOL. Yeah, I think I just ate all of my popcorn too. Damn. That's okay. I can get more since it's in stock. Last I knew. Oh, cool. Yeah, Wally World. I'm in the Polaroid tier. Frank sends a Polaroid each month. Yeah, he's got the Polaroids too. That is so cool. Chap saying, Frank said he won't be back on YouTube until Tuesday next week. Monday in the States. It'll be Tuesday where I am. Okay, yeah, yeah. So, sorry, Tuesday at midnight. Where are you at, Chap? I thought you were in the. I mean, you don't have to tell me exactly where you are. I mean, like, say the country. You don't have to tell me the city if you don't want to. Unless you do, I mean, I don't know. We got some like other UK Franklies. Everything, the UK is so damn small. Everything basically seems local to me, but I do realize they have a traffic issue, among other things. Yeah, we do have the Books a Million in Sandusky, Ohio. They are rather expensive, so if you can get it cheaper somewhere else, I hate to say that, but and like they have that little coffee shop in there. I don't know. I haven't been into the mall in like a year, 2 years, something like that. South of Sydney, nearby the escarpment in up in Australia. I'm so good with geography. I followed somebody on Tumblr and they kept talking about New Brunswick and like Jersey, and then they're like, "Oh, these damn Americans." I'm like, "What?" Apparently, there's a place like that up in Canada. I'm like, I don't know. I'm American. We don't know. They don't teach us anything about other countries, and we don't learn about Canada. We know about Canada from South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. But there are Canadians here. The most I know about Canadians is we have Canadian Franklies. And then somehow I was following Canadians on Tumblr for some reason. I don't know how that happened. Oh, that is so cool. Wow, you're in Australia. Wow. See, it's always Saturday in Australia. Yeah, oh, Patrick dropped in on Miss Shorty on Saturday night. She seems she does a lot of crime shows. It does seem like it. I do want to check out her other stuff, see if she's going to do more about the like the grief and all that kind of a thing. Just because that's something I know about. I don't know anything about like the current crimes going on, but so I wouldn't do me any good to like sit in on that. It would be too hard to. I don't know how our chat room goes because of course I couldn't talk about what she was talking about. I would have to do something up. It's I don't know how the hell would flow. But we'll see. Like since she knows me, since she knows Frankly's in there, we might get a little bit of leeway. We might not be in trouble for not being on topic. And that's Tuesday. That's when Jason Burma said quite frankly 3 times. Didn't catch the time stamps, but he did say it 3 times. Okay, this is when it started. Rover from quite frankly said, well, before I say this, because people call in and they're always on a speakerphone or they've got like their Bluetooth or their iPods, something wireless going on when they call into the show. And it really is a constant thing. So Rover said, if you're too weak to hold the phone, don't call. And I'm like, yeah, like these people, like they're dying, and instead of dialing 911, they're like 914 Frank. So yeah, if it's a 911 situation, go ahead and call the show, but don't be on wireless. Get on the corded phone. I think they appreciated us Franklies, Patrick, and say, yeah, yeah, because I think half of the room was like Franklies, and then half of us there were Capricorns, and then most of us were born in the winter. It was great. Oh, Jenna, first one was at 7:31. LOL. Yeah. I don't know if anybody is clipping those specifically, but if they are, Jason Burma said quite frankly 3 times on Tuesday. So that's there. And then I forget the context in which Frank said this, but I had to write it down. But he said whining, dining, and 69ing. I don't know why he said that. I don't care. It was hilarious. Lisa's so funny how King 40 gets so miffed at callers. I'm glad he says he's basically just saying the things that we kind of get ticked off about. Like, like just, it's been going on for years. It's never going to stop. Like, shut off the stream in the background. Do not turn it down. Mute it. I mean, you don't have to turn off the TV. It's okay. I know people above a certain age don't know how to turn off a TV, but mute it because we can hear that. How long the phone's been a thing? How do you not realize that? We can hear, if you call anybody and the TV's on, they can hear that. Stop it. It just, because you know what? It's not even that, like, it's pissing off. I wouldn't say Frank gets pissed off about it, but it miffs him. It ticks off the chat room because you don't realize that other people are listening. Other people have to hear this. So when you call in and there's feedback or an echo, that there's somebody driving in their car at 90 miles an hour listening to that. You think they want that in their ear when they're trying to focus on the road? People listen to me while they're driving. That blows my mind. So I couldn't imagine like this with an echo, with feedback, with quite frankly playing on the TV while I'm trying to talk. It would not work. Yeah, Dusty Blue. Yeah, it amazes me several people calling and asking for Frank. Is this Frank? Well, I just wanted to tell Frank about this thing in the news. Well, I think it's this and that, and Frank's just try not to crack it. It's because when you do call in, if you have never called in, because you know how Frank sounds on your phone, on your TV, your device, the telephone takes all of the bass out of Frank's voice. So that's what's so jarring about it. Because especially if you do, like, say, have your device on and you got Frank on the phone, because you've got one voice in your ear, you've got another voice on the TV, and like they're not in sync with each other, of course. So it is that I can see how that can throw people off. So if you don't know that, like even when I first called in back in March, I had not called into the show for about 5 years, so I had to relearn that too. So that is a thing. It will not sound exactly like Frank. It is just what a phone does to a voice. It's terrible. Frank needs to let his callers talk more IMO, Jenna. Yeah, a little bit. Some people do need to, should be able to talk a little bit more. It kind of depends on the caller, but you are right. Some folks I do want to hear more from. It's got to be different. It might be just maybe whatever the caller's saying is not matching the vibe of whatever Frank's going for in that moment. So maybe he does not give them as much time. Not to be rude at all. That's just the way things. He wants to keep the his show flowing at a certain pace while he's live, and maybe that busts up his rhythm a little bit. It could be, but I do like when he was the one caller was getting kind of weird, so Frank kind of went with it. I forget if that was last night or if it was Tuesday, but that one caller was just on something, and Frank kind of realized that and Was asking him silly questions. It was fun. Yeah, Frank sounds gay on the phone. Dragon Sage does. A little bit gay. Now, Wednesday, who said this? Dan said this. Dan Schumann. Yeah, that's when we were talking about radio versus not radio versus like having a choice. But he said radio was like buying a porn mag instead of looking it up on your phone. Oh, it is. Why not just look for the like listen to the album you want to listen to? Don't just put it on a station that might play the song you want to hear. I cannot do that. I can't let it be so much in life is random. I'm a control freak, but I just don't have the patience for that randomness. There was Nick the call screener. Sometimes that's who people first talk to, Chris. He's asking, does someone screen his calls? If not, then it's Frank answering. Funny part is the ones who asked had the stream in BG, and you can't see him answering. Yeah, that is Frank answering the phone. But if you don't think it's Frank, then it's Nick the call screener. Yeah, Dusty Blue asking, why can't you go across the border to Alaska to Dragon Sage? You've traveled to the U.S. before. Dragon Sage says they want to bust up my game. He could just fly over. He's a dragon. He's just being polite using the passport system. And this doesn't really have anything to do with anything. I just thought it was funny. This was just happened to be on Wednesday. Um, because I did join a couple of groups on Facebook just to steal pictures. Not to repost on Facebook, they don't deserve my content, but I am there to steal pictures. And I go to this second group that I joined, and there's a chick talking about a group that's spoofing the group that she's in, and oh, they stole four of her pictures and reposted them, and if she posts a picture it's going to have a watermark. And I'm thinking, how long have you been alive? How long have you been on Discord? All people do online is take each other's pictures and repost them. Where have you been? I didn't say anything to her. I'm just laughing. If you're asking that question, you're not old enough to be online. But I thought that was hilarious. I don't know if I've stolen any of her pictures exactly. I don't care. If I repost something, it's gonna be on Tumblr. I just thought that was too, but that's it. Sort of explains why I don't spend time on Facebook, because just because those people are like 3 years old in internet years, and I can't be around that. And again, I don't even know if they're real people. Dragon Sage says he was in Phoenix in 2013. Oh, that sucks. Dragon Sage talking about I had a silly charge in '88. Nobody showed up to court but me. My buddies effed my record. Oh, screw those guys. Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, only if the guests have or the callers have something pertinent to say. Frank's mostly patient with them. Yeah, he is. Oh, damn. Got denied going to Vegas with my ex family in 2014 or 2016. They told me not to come back. It's like, well, screw you guys. I'll make my own Las Vegas with blackjack and hookers. Was that it? And then our chat room always has food. I think that, quite frankly, chat room on YouTube eats better than any other chat room because somebody's either making dinner or bringing munchies or we're eating s'mores or drinking eggnog, something like that. Now, I haven't spent a lot of time in the other chat rooms, of course, but I think we eat better than all of them put together. I don't even know if they bring food. I don't know if they cook. I don't know if they think that far ahead. I don't even know if they go out on the balcony, but we've got the best food. And as far as smoking out on the balcony goes, um, somebody brought up, because I was thinking like partying smoking, and they were thinking more along the lines of smoking meats out on the balcony. So on the whole, the YouTube does eat the best. Don't look at me and make that judgment, but just go there and see it for yourself. Dusty Blue saying, on my road trip, did the Phoenix gift show. That place is blazing hot. Then drove through the Mojave Desert to Vegas. Wow. Dragon Sage, yep, you get the reference. Kiss my shiny metal ass. Danny was just out on the balcony. Sweet. Wednesday, Jules from MD, the doctor. She called into quite frankly. She said quite frankly. So we've got her on there too. And I forget when Frank did mention this, but Matt Copper, Cultivate Elevate Matt, he is going to be back on the show uh, sometime. I forget when Frank said, but he's supposed to be, let's say within the next month, going to be on the show. One time tried to buy some beers from the sellers. Did you say when you were 8? Beer chap? Oh, 18. 18, and the security guard told me to get lost until I got some ID. Oh, yeah. Yeah, gotta have ID. Gotta keep it legal. Or isn't like if they ask, you have to show it kind of a thing. I forget exactly what the law is. Well, at least like selling alcohol, if you ask for ID, or cigarettes, if you ask for ID, they don't show it. You don't have to sell it to them. Well, I don't look. That wasn't a question, asshole. And who was the guy? No, this was the guy who was calling about like talking about the moon made out of cheese, and then we figured out he was on drugs, and we didn't know what kind, but we wanted some, and and anyway, we needed moon cheese, and then I decided on moon cheese. Whoever he is, he's our moon. I don't know if you know who moon is. I believe there's even a hyphen in it. If you know who that is, you're awesome. If you know who that is, I like your shoelaces. Yeah, it's not a good idea to go to Vegas unless you're do they still do the quickie drive-through marriages in Vegas? I don't know. Do they do drive-through divorces too? Get married in the morning, get divorced in the afternoon. That was a terrible idea. Oh, and bless her heart, Wednesday, I kind of didn't know how to act to this, but Frank's mom shows up in the chat room often, often enough that I'll say hi to her, she'll say hi to me in the chat room, so like that's cool. I've never actually like spoken to her, but we sort of know who each other are. Um, but anyway, she will just like pop in and say hi to a few folks. She doesn't like sitting there like kick it and talk to everybody for the whole show. I think she's just watching her son do his thing. But she was in there when Frank was taking calls, and she asked me how come I never call in. I was kind of starstruck at first, like she wants to hear from me. Oh my God. But then I said, I'm like, well, I called in back in March and July. But then I thought, I'm like, you know what, you're right. I do need to call it more often. So, maybe I don't know if I'll get in again this year since the year's almost over for me. But like say sometime between now and January, if I can, I will. It is hard to get through the lines, and then I don't want to ruin it for other people because like I'm afraid that like me calling in ruins it for other people with the same area code. Like I don't want Frank to think, maybe a lot of people from this area call in and Frank just thinks it's me like calling in to the show every night and he doesn't want to hear from me every night, so he doesn't pick up. So I don't know how it works. But she's right. I should call in just a tad bit more often since I went about 5 years without calling in. Chris, yeah, do you think about the moon? Like, really, Frank? I've never had sexual thoughts about it before the collar on drugs. I think the moon was looking at me when I was taking my clothes off that one night. Moon buddy, how's it going? Taking a break from practicing my phone skills. Been lurking a bit as I feed the cats. Awesome, yeah. Danny, yeah, I love Frank's mom and dad too. They are so entertaining. I was so kind of starstruck that she even asked anything. I didn't even say I've got a channel, but I didn't know how to act to that. Oh, there she is. Oh, what's up to M Valvero? How's it going? Oh yeah, this is it's like chat room summoning. Yeah, so Moon Bunny, I've only seen Frank's mother once or twice, and that was a few years ago. Yeah, every so often, um, like say like Christmas or I think one time maybe for like Valentine's Day, but like it was like Frank and like his parents and his wife. Probably Anthony was in there too. It was more like a just a family in the studio thing. Like he did that for one of his anniversaries, uh, like maybe after he had been with his wife for 5 years, something like that. But it was like all the family in there talking about family, talking about how special the day was. And there was one jerk in the chat room talking about like, oh, what's this bullshit talking about your family? I don't want to hear this. I want to hear about. And Frank himself went and just hidden from chat. Screw you. It even said in the description of the video that day he was going to be talking about his family and the day he got married. And just, yeah, some people can. So, yeah, it just takes. There's always that one person. He probably thought he was being cute, like, I'm being contrary. But he was just being a jerk. But yeah, if you didn't know, Frank's parents are both Capricorns. That is nifty. Not on the cusp either. And then Frank and his wife, they're both born in April, but they're not the same sign. So yeah, I do need to call in more. We'll see how that goes. It really does. I really do kind of have to wait for the right vibe and topic situation. Like before I was calling in to say I was going to be starting up my channel, and then the second time I called in I was defending Swanee's dance. And that was a short call. That was literally one breath, I believe. And I think I got it all out there. Frank's uncle is a hoot. Wait, Frank's uncle. Oh yeah, Tony Black is like everybody's Grandpa. Tony Black's the best. I love his. I wish I could remember the episode he's talking about how everybody in his neighborhood basically became friends because they start out not as friends. And then one guy decides to shoot at the other guy, and then they make up, and then they're best friends. Bunch of tough fellas in Tony's neighborhood. Needed the Frankly chat fix. Yeah, Michael, yeah. It is something about 7 o'clock. Even last Sunday, it was like 6:58, and there I was grabbing my phone, and I'm like, why am I looking at this thing? I'm like, oh, and then I check the time. I'm like, oh, that's why. It's literally just that 7 o'clock thing, and you won't notice it happening. I don't know what's going to be different for you if you go to these, but if there's nothing going on at 7, you'll still be looking for something internety to do, but it will just be through the week, and then eventually it gets to the point where even on the weekends around 7 you're thinking about doing something. It maybe if you don't know what day of the week it is like I do, but that's how it happened for me. Just used to be a Monday through Friday 7 thing. Then even on the weekends I was like feeling for 7 p.m. Chris, call drug caller named the Honeymooner. Weather will be getting colder. I'll see less of Tony. Oh, yeah, that sucks. Like I was saying, yeah, Tony Black is, 94, so of course he's gonna be just about as creaky as I am. But he's got a, well, you've seen Tony Black. He's got a good spirit about himself. He's got good people around him to like keep him up, keep him going. He likes to, I mean, you see how tan he is. The dude loves to be outside, so I'm sure he's just waiting for it to get warm again. Moon Bunny. Moon Perv could make for an interesting YouTube handle. Moon Perv. It sounds like somebody that like goes after groomers, but they only work like third shift. Wally World, Tony Black's a treasure. Yeah. If I could have anybody for a grandpa, I think it would be him. He's cool. Since it might be getting too ambitious. It was enough to just have parents. I wasn't looking for a brother, and I have one. I don't need to be looking for grandparents too. That's way too much family. I couldn't handle that much togetherness. Dragon said, "Yeah, you gotta feel the fire." Don't see Tony's swinging commercial on QF anymore, Jenna said. Yeah, that one's cute. We need that. Maybe it's just for summertime, the way Frank sort of tweaks things for the seasons. Um, a lot more than other folk. It's Frank being an older soul. He gets more into like the seasonal stuff. That's kind of what I blame it on. Oh, Patrick, we're blanketed by the Gulf Stream, so it doesn't get that cold here. That's good. Yeah, the weather does weird things up there. She called him Tiny Tim. Oh, Moon Buddy. Yeah, no, I think they're just, well, it seems like Tony is friends with Frank's mom, and then so he just sort of they inherited Tony as sort of like like when your family is so when your friends are so close they're almost family. It's like that. So maybe he thinks of Tony as an uncle since of course Frank does has had actual grandparents. I think they have all passed. Just age, it's gonna happen. But you get some extra family sometimes, or you get internet family like I do. Oh, Dandy's saying M. Valvero. I like that you all get together and watch Hallmark movies. I like them too. I'm glad you brought up movies. Is there since I mentioned watching a movie, maybe for October that we can talk about later, do you guys want to watch something that I've seen before, or should we watch something that, might be new to all of us? Because there's stuff on Tubi right now that I have seen, but I don't know if you want like my perspective as if something like if we were to say watch The Mummy. I've seen that hundreds of times, no joke. I don't know if you guys want to sit and see me talk about something I know, or should we watch something I've never seen before too? That way we're all experiencing it for the first time. I just don't know what perspective you guys want on it. And this kind of seems better than asking in just like a community poll since we are all right here live. MFL Bureau saying Sundays are fun movie nights. Sometimes I'm laughing so much I can't breathe. Yeah. Oh, that's happened to me. What's the last thing I heard that cracked me up? It was one of those older Gray Still Plays videos. The chat room cracks me up too bad. Or there are I can't well I was gonna well I couldn't like check out movies on Tubi on Tuesday because the power was out for literally half the day. The day for me, every day feels 2 days long, like I was saying. And for the power to come back on at basically 1 p.m., that's almost a whole day with no power. And then from about 1 p.m. on is a whole other day. So mentally, I lost a whole day just from the power being out for that long. I don't know if I've seen any Hallmark movies. I will watch movies that make me cry, don't get me wrong. I'll sit there and I'm like, I forgot this movie makes me sad. Box of tissues, glasses off. Patrick, I'm not in Manchester, Wally, so rain's not something I worry about. Those Manx deserve it. Yeah. Dusty Blue is saying, we had a guy in our Brooklyn neighborhood called Movie Mike. He would set up a film screen anywhere and show old sci fi movies. Best was down at the water in Red Hook at night with our lounge chairs. That sounds cool as hell. Wow. Y'all should watch Vampire Lesbian Killers. Great B movie. Okay. Let's see if it's on Tubi. Because again, I don't want to like pick out a bunch of like Halloween type movies. I know people are not into that holiday for various reasons. So I might choose like a few things that are, like one or two movies that are on theme with that. But or do you guys go for like a certain genre of movie? Do you do like action, drama, comedy? What are the other genres? I don't know if we're all gonna have the patience to sit there and watch a documentary or a biography on somebody, so I'm not going to recommend that if I were to come across it. That's really specific, unless there's like a specific person, actor, or celebrity. Everybody wants to. That's a little bit too niche getting into a movie. Dragon Sage asking if Patrick is a football hooligan. Oh, I know this might be a romance. That's the other one, romance and comedy. Or is there any kind of movies that you don't watch? Like, oh, I will watch any movie with this actor in it, or this director, or I don't want to. I don't want to offend anybody with any choices. Hot Fuzz is so good, Patrick. Yeah, I actually I'm not a like a huge zombie person, though I have seen The Walking Dead and Z Nation and some other stuff. But before I watched any of those TV shows, I'll stand by this to this day. Two great zombie movies. 28 Days Later, serious side, and then Shaun of the Dead, silly side. Both very very good films. And then of course I love comedies, so they do a thing. Spoilers for Shaun of the Dead. Not kind of a little bit, not really. They do this thing. We've all done this back when we watched TV, where like you're just going forward with the channels, and as you're like hitting next, hitting like up, what one channel's saying kind of leads into what the next channel's saying, leads into what the next channel's saying, as if they're saying one big long sentence. They do that. I love that. Great editing. It's one of my favorite things in a movie. I'm a fan of the film Heavy Metal. Ooh. See, that's one. It like if I saw it once, it was a long time ago, and I don't remember it. Oh, Dragon Sage, yeah, any Monty Python, absolutely. All of Monty Python is great. They've got to have some Monty Python. Oh, Brazil, I gotta see Brazil. Terry Gilliam. Yeah, watch the English movie Hot Fuzz. Though it had a very bad scene at the end, so never viewed it ever again. B Chap is saying, there is a rather gruesome death in that movie. If I haven't seen it in so long, if that's what you're thinking of, Hot Fuzz also it does have one shot that is genius. And just me saying it is not really a spoiler. But you'll know what it is. It's like these two cops are talking to somebody, and the one guy leaves the shop, but then he comes back in, and then he leaves again. It sounds dumb as hell, but to see it, it's pure genius. Yeah, 28 Days is great. Danny saying, we all need more laughs. Okay, so funny stuff. I like to laugh. I'll look for funny movies. Cool. Hitchcock movies. Yeah. Green Street Hooligans. Great movie. Zombieland is good. Oh, the inspiration was Shaun of the Dead. I did not know that about Zombieland. Okay. Yeah, Hitchcock. They've got to have some Hitchcock on Tubi. Blu-ray disc with Blu-ray player recorders. The color and picture quality is better, though the sound quality is very bad. Ooh, didn't know about that. I had a mind to switch to Blu-rays. This was again over 10 years ago, back when they were. I could get them, second hand for I think the most a movie would have cost was like $5, but the best film ever is The Dark Crystal. See, again, that's one I probably watched it, but it was so long ago I can't remember it. Oh, I love the Tyler Perry and Medea movies. Dandy saying, okay, funny stuff. It's either funny stuff or Hitchcock or I don't know. We'll find something. I'll look through there, see if we can get something going for in October, since this month is almost over. Well, I mean, we're going to be basically doing the same thing tomorrow. Oh, Xanadu. I know I have not seen that. Yeah, again, since tomorrow I'm not sure exactly. Like Frank might go live, he might not go live, so we might get a full 2 hour show tomorrow, or I might plan to go live at 7, and then Frank will plan to go live at 7, and I will just take down my stream and not go live, and we'll go to Quite Frankly, and then just do a Saturday show. So I mean, as of right now, I do plan on going live at 7 p.m. tomorrow. So count on that. And then, of course, I'm watching the notifications to make sure. I'm certainly you're never gonna see me live when Frank is live. I'll put it that way. The way you can't like call your phone from your phone, it's like that. You're never gonna see this channel live when Quite Frankly is live. Saving Sarah Marshall. Okay, have not seen that. I'll tell you right now, I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not trying to watch any movies with that bitch Michelle Williams full name. I mean, I did see Shutter Island, but I didn't know she was in it. Oh, Frenzy is a good Hitchcock film. People into reading subtitles, the Italian movie cinema Paradiso is a gem. Heard of Paradiso? That's something with me. I've been watching so many damn. I do not mean to do this, but everything I've been watching has subtitles on it. Like I don't feel like reading. God damn it! Just say it. Just say it in an accent. Just fuck. Okay, I guess I'm reading. But it was good. I'll tell you about that tomorrow since it's already been 2 hours. I cannot believe it. Oh, Strog. I really don't mind reading. I mean, I make fun of it, but I mean, like sometimes it does make my eyes tired as far as like reading subtitles in a movie. That's the only reason I kind of give it a hard time. But it's not so bad. The only time I really had problems reading subtitles in a movie. Don't watch this movie. Watch What Dreams May Come instead. But I was watching Pan's Labyrinth, and that is completely in Spanish. And the one thing about Spanish you need to know is they speak it very quickly. They speak it so quickly you don't have time to read the subtitles. I had to rewind that film so much. And don't watch it. Don't watch it because they're like this movie's like this. It's like What Dreams May Come. The fuck it is. That's 2 hours, whatever, of my life I won't get back. I didn't like the ending. There was maybe one part I liked in it. I don't even remember. I just don't. I won't put you through that. There's worse things to sit through, but don't watch that. Oh, Rear Window. Jimmy Stewart is very good. Oh, Rocky Horror was fun in theater when they acted it out on stage. I've heard that movie is insane when people go to see it because the whole audience has to act it out. You have to act it out. You can't just sit there. You have to get up. It's like church. My work partner has seen Guar a half dozen times. Dragon Sage is saying, like the Beavis and Butthead fan in me was like interested in that, but I don't know any of their music. French films are gritty, show France, warts and all. Ugh. I turn on subtitles even for English films, Michael. Yeah, sometimes you have to. Never use subtitles if you watch Still Game on Netflix because whoever did those subtitles has never heard Scottish and they don't speak English as a first language. I am dead serious. That is how piss poor those subtitles are. You have to learn Scottish on your own before you can watch anything Scottish. Like I have seen, of course, I've seen Psycho. Um, that's about it. I don't know if I've seen a lot of Hitchcock, unfortunately. I don't even think I've seen all of the birds. Perks of Being a Wallflower. I've heard of that one. And yeah, just I think of some more movies, or if you see some on Tubi, we'll bring those up tomorrow. We'll get some movie ideas going, and then see about getting something out officially for us to watch. Like maybe I'll wait. What month is it? What day is it? What time is it? Okay, I'm back now. My calendar was on the wrong day. I thought it was like the 19th or something, but okay. Yeah, since basically it's like we've got this week kind of here, and then we have a full week, next week, quite frankly. And then the week after that is when Frank will be up looking for Bigfoot, and I'll be on. So this is all coming very quickly. Everything's rushing. That's all right. So yeah, we'll work out some movies. We got some more time before the end of the month. Ouijas are hard to understand. You'll soon get it though. Patrick is saying, yeah, it does take a minute, but once you tune your ear to Scottish, it's the best thing you can do because they're the funniest people on the planet. Oh, the island. Ostrog the Island is usually on YouTube. Even better, I've watched a lot of free movies on YouTube. And then I don't think I'll like pull out any silent films on anybody. That's some that might be not be a thing that everybody's into. That's okay. Yeah, we'll see about that. And of course, smash the like button if you haven't already. You know you like the show. Dusty Blue Napoleon Dynamite is fantastic. It's shot beautifully. Create a Discord to view movies. Jenna's saying, yeah, I do have a Discord. I just don't have a computer with which to play movies through it. And let's see. Oh, how do I use Discord? Uh, no. Hold on. Save and copy. Okay, so if you, I mean, I've got Gilded as well. I've got a link to the Gilded in my description. Yeah, it's there. But this is, I hope this is mine. Is it? Can I go to my own Discord? Hope my phone doesn't explode. What are you doing, woman? Uh, did that work? I don't know if that worked or not. Maybe. You can tell I've done this before. I've not used, this has not been, hasn't been active for a few years. I can't be accepted. It won't let me in. I can't get into my own Discord. No, it's fine. That's all right. It should work like that. Yeah. That's the link to that. That's there. So who knows? Maybe sometime in the next 6 months I'll get a computer and then I can play movies for us. But in the meantime, we'll have to watch it separately and then come together. But yeah. Again, smash the like. Set your keep your quite frankly alarm turned on for 7 p.m. tomorrow because I'm gonna go live and then Frank might go live. We'll just see. Oh, masterminds. All right. Cool. Oh yeah, great show. Take care. Yeah, thank you, Patrick. Yeah, thanks for spending your time with me. I'm glad you had 2 free hours on a Thursday evening. So, I guess you can leave your pants on the floor. You're going to be back here tomorrow and the next day, so nothing's going to go anywhere. You can leave everything where nobody's going to steal your lighter when you get up and go to the bathroom. It's fine. You don't have to worry about your stuff going missing. And of course, I will support all of your favorite content creators. Like their videos, share the content, make sure you're subscribed with all notifications on. And if you think of any good movies, just write them down, or you can drop them in any of my community posts. I can collect those for tomorrow. We'll go through them, see what I can find on my own, see if there's something everybody's gonna like. Nothing too serious. Yeah, it was great seeing everybody too. I've always loved seeing you guys. I mean, we see each other quite frankly, but we still get to see each other, so we're not missing out. Yeah, thanks everybody. Love you guys. And till next time.